We are, I should say, more specifically, I am live, unedited, unfiltered, which, of course, when you're live, there are no filters. There are no, well, I could say pretty much, I don't think there's any kind of AI people out there, dare I say, editing me, potentially censoring me. They don't have to censor me because there's nothing to censor. I'm not throwing out any crazy theories. I'm not doing any, I'm adjusting my camera right now. So, it's Saturday night. It happens to be Valentine's Day night. There's a whole bunch of schmendricks out there. And I say schmendricks, mostly men, okay? And I'm not going to vilify men, but it's just that women are giggling, they're laughing because they understand that Valentine's Day, even though it's very, special and poignant and it means a lot to women, women understand that the men are the guilty ones. They're the ones who feel indebted to make it work. And that's even if they don't have a relationship, they're trying to establish rapport, they're trying to do relationship central, and therefore Valentine's Day or night is like their national anthem. They have to perform and they have to do it right. They can't sing off key. And having many times thought about Valentine's Day, and now it's huge. It's money wise, it's huge. And Hallmark cards and candy and flowers. It's an industry. It really is. Nothing wrong with that. It's fine. I'm going to get to media and what's on your mind and all that uh, pretty soon. As soon as the room starts to percolate, I'll get to the media topics. This is just my opening salvo, my shtick. Okay. Hopefully, those of you who read my quick little update at Twitter, again, it's Saturday Night Live. I'm on here on YouTube, and we're going to discuss whatever you want to discuss. You will dictate, as will I, whatever we want to discuss. But I was talking about Valentine's Day, and it astonishes me how many of the men, especially, who have to do this ritual, knowing full well that this day is, of course, it's symbolic. You pay ransom demands, basically, for a dinner out. It's going to cost you, let's just say, $100. Normally, it probably costs you about 30 to 50. So do the math. You're like doubling. And it's like, why? Why? One night you're going to be romantic and you're going to be, gooey and giddy and talk about love and romance. Why? Now, not that long ago, but perhaps a long time ago, when I was dating, it was a big to do, right? Valentine's Day. But it wasn't like it is now. And, I don't know where I read it. Somewhere I read about the fact that, servers, restaurant servers, veterans, they themselves are astonished that you would go out and pay the ridiculous prices. So for what? One night you can try to impress her. What? So you can get a chance at that. What? You couldn't get a chance at that any other night. See, because women get it. They don't need you to perform on Valentine's Day or night. You'd be just as well going to get breakfast, getting a cup of coffee at your local cafe. Bring her along. Talk. Geez, what a concept, huh? Talking and giggling and establishing romance. You don't have to feel as if you're cheap or any. This is a ripoff. It's a total ripoff. And they make you feel almost suspect if you're not out and about doing the dinner thing or the, "Oh, hi, honey. God, are we meant for each other? Do we, go about doing this?" And me kissing your on Valentine's night. Ooh, let's be romantic. And you need one night to do this. It's like Mother's Day, but Mother's Day, maybe that's a bad example. Um, because it's a day to celebrate your mom. I get it with Father's Day too. Father's Day is becoming just as important, if not more, than Mother's Day, but Mother's Day is more traditional. My point is, you don't need one stinking holiday to pay for a $200 dinner that would normally probably cost you $80 to $100 to let her know that you're in love with her or that you like her, more importantly, a lot. And she's going to totally get it. Okay, get her a car, get her a box of C's. You want to go that way? That's fine. Who am I to tell you about relationships? But truly, um, it's all not worth it. It's ridiculous. I'm not an expert. I just know common sense, right? And I understand the realities. Anyway, I'm not going to go into detail. To borrow a phrase, it is what it is, and all that. So, um, I had a long day, good day, but a long day. And we're supposed to have this immense storm, a series of storms. As I play weatherman, I do my Al Roker um, for the Bay Area, San Francisco, Oakland, for the whole, was it next week? And the weather people are really, they get like giddy. They get like they're having, like a sexual turn on. Oh, we're gonna have a storm. We're gonna have this storm. And if you're going to what moron would go to the Sierras when it's pouring? And I don't care if you have a four-wheel drive vehicle. Like, you couldn't go today when it was not storming, when you could get, I don't care. Well, if you couldn't get out of work or you couldn't get out to go drive, then don't go. Don't go. I love what they do, and they go to a gas station, and it's on the way to some, wherever they're going. And the reporter will ask them, "Well, didn't you hear the news that there'd be snow and there'd be some inclement weather? Where are you headed? You're not going to Tahoe, are you?" And they'll say, "Well, yeah, I am." "You're going to Tahoe when there's this massive blizzard like storm headed Lake Tahoe?" And they're like oblivious. And like, you moron. I could say worse, but anyway, what was I going to talk about? Oh, yeah, yeah. Um, I never saw in its prime Texaco Theater, but I understand that it was the one of the original radio shows, and it was like a variety show, right? Except that it was around what, like the 40s and the 50s, may even been earlier. And that's what I love about radio, is that it is immediate. It is right there, then and now. I hate that word, podcast. I know what a podcast is. I know you could be a little more linear and direct. I get it. But how about just, we're on this forum and I'm on YouTube and I love YouTube. And I'm not saying that because of the fact that it's my vehicle now, but they do things, they broadcast things that allow you to do what you're famous for doing. You call it a podcast, you're talking, you're exhibiting, you're discussing issues, what have you. Why do they have to call it a podcast? I sound like Andy Rooney now. What do they call it a podcast? Does it have anything to do with pods? It's not a P in a podcast. Well, whatever. It's my Andy Rooney and all that. Okay. So I was going to talk about Ron Owens. I was going to talk about Laura. Other things. I didn't put it in my headline. Perhaps I should have. to get all the, speaking of Schmendricks, people that watch me and would like to take part and have an idea of what the hell we're doing here. Because I know a lot of you, this is what they call amateur night. People don't go out on Saturday night anymore. The real people. Amateurs go out on Saturday night. Okay. They're trying to impress, usually it's the guys, trying to impress the girl. The girl guys, they don't give a shit. You're either going to get lucky or you're not going to get lucky. Even if it's Valentine's Day and you can impress her and this, they don't care about that. I mean, they like the fact that, okay, you're celebrating romance and all that, but this is absolutely no effect whatsoever. In fact, it might even be a hindrance, right? Because I keep looking down and seeing, so I might as well be talking to myself, even though I know there's a lot of people out there who don't take part in the chats. But what I'm going to do is I put out a test and we're on, but I'm going to go broadcast again and let people know that we're going to talk about Laura, as my mother would call the Michigas, that is Laura Owens. If you don't know what Michigas is, look it up. And so check back in about 5-10 minutes. I will be back with a little H2O in my throat so I can sound better, and we will see you soon. Don't go anywhere.